Good evening and welcome to the Newshour Agenda. I'm Madhavdas G. From Assam to Uttar Pradesh, madrasas are on the radar of state authorities. In Assam, in a third such crackdown within a month, a madrasa in Bongaigaon was demolished over the alleged misuse of premises for reportedly carrying out jihadi activities. This came after an assistant teacher of the madrasa, Jaharul Islam, was arrested for his links with terror outfits Al-Qaeda and Ansarul Bangla team. Now, even as a crackdown on madrasas that have allegedly become terror hubs in Assam continues, the UP government has decided to conduct a survey of unregistered madrasas in the state. Minorities Minister Danish Ansari says that this is as per the recommendations of the NCPCR, calling for taking stock of facilities and funding of these minority institutions. But the MIM chief Owaisi sees a communal color in this corrective step, drawing parallels with the NRC and alleging an Islamophobic ploy.
मंशा स्पष्ट है कि हमने जो अपने मुस्लिम यूथ से ये वादा किया है कि उनको एक अच्छी शिक्षा व्यवस्था हम देंगे, उनको बेहतर भविष्य देंगे, उस वादे पे हम पूरी ईमानदारी से खरा उतरना चाहते हैं और हमारे हर कदम हमारे उस वादे की तरफ बढ़ता हुआ हमारा कदम है.
Why not such a survey is being done to all Vidya Mandir, Saraswati Shishu Mandir, private schools in Lucknow? Why not a survey for Uttar Pradesh government schools, especially girls schools? How many girls schools have toilets? Electricity facility, how much is there? This is a survey done to, it is a targeted survey against the Muslim community. You want to use those survey findings to harass them in the future, which will be a violation of Article 30. That is why I had called this survey a Chota NRC, a small NRC.
And facing allegations of targeting of Muslims, UP government has cited the NCPCR recommendations from a March 2021 report, where it suggests the mapping of all unrecognized institutions to identify out-of-school children and to ensure steps to extend the RTE to minority institutions.
साफ साफ बात यह है कि बच्चों की सिचुएशन पैथेटिक है, बच्चों की सिचुएशन वहाँ पे अच्छी नहीं है. यहाँ तक कि हमारी रिपोर्ट ये भी बताती है कि वहाँ जो सिलेबस है वो सिलेबस औरंगजेब के ज़माने में औरंगजेब का बनवाया हुआ है जो वहाँ पे चल रहा है. इन सब स्थितियों को देखते हुए ओवैसी साहब का वेस्टेड इंटरेस्ट क्या है इस सब में, ये समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है. मैं आपको बता सकता हूँ कि मदरसों के नाम पर एक बड़ी फंडिंग कलेक्ट की जाती है, जाहिर है जिसका इस्तेमाल बच्चों के लिए नहीं हो रहा है. और ये जो धर्म के नाम पर राजनीति करने वाले लोग उस पैसे का इस्तेमाल खुद के फ़ायदे के लिए करना चाहते हैं. अगर एक बार मदरसास की मैपिंग हो जाएगी, दूध का दूध पानी का पानी साफ साफ हो जाएगा, तो ऐसे लोगों का धंधा बंद होगा. तो खुद के अवैध धंधों को चलाए रखने के लिए वो इसका विरोध करते हैं.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's go across to our guest now. Joining us for more on this is Sriraj Nair, National Spokesperson of the VHP. Firoz Bakht Ahmed is a former VC of MANNU. Subuhi Khan is an activist. With us also is Zeba Yasmeen, spokesperson of the SP. Aminul Islam is a spokesperson of the AIUDF. Atikur Rahman, Islamic scholar, is with us. We also have with us Tausifur Rahman, a political analyst. Let me begin with the spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Yep, Zeba Yasmeen, why is there a protest to this? The BJP is asking, when an NCPCR report, a study has been done last year, and it is on the basis of the study and the shortcomings found in the education system that they have decided to go ahead and press for these reforms. They are collecting data so that improvements can be made in the infrastructure and the curriculum, so on and so forth. Is there something in theory that one can oppose this kind of a move with?
There's nothing to protest against it. If it is for the betterment, as you're saying, just for the improvement of madrasas and all, if it is for the betterment, then there are other institutions as well which has to be surveyed. All the institutions, all the holy places, it should be, surveyed. Why only targeted on madrasas? If this survey is just to find legal, illegal, then it is okay. But if you want to build up a perception, as many of the BJP spokesperson and leaders I've heard, they keep on telling that, some kind of training goes on in madrasa. So if you want to build up a perception, then yes, it is wrong. Because madrasa is to teach good it is to give good teachings to the student. And if you find any building legal, illegal, then it is up to you to take the decisions according to the laws. But yes, building a perception against madrasa, that is absolutely wrong.
All right, yeah, building a perception against madrasas, that's what's happening, Subuhi Khan. Is that correct in your view, that it is just about perception building against madrasas, you know, some kind of fear mongering happening, as Owaisi suggests, a mini NRC? Is that what is happening here?
First of all, I want to say what exactly is the hoo-halla all about. We are only talking about the survey of madrasas. At least let us find out 15,600 or approx 15,600 madrasas are registered with the Madrassa Board of Uttar Pradesh. And there are many madrasas which are not recognized by the government. So the government is only trying to find out the madrasas which are not recognized, who are running those madrasas, what are they teaching to the child, how they are arranging the funds. And let me tell you, when we talk about the reports of NCPCR, we should also be concerned how these kids are being treated. The spokesperson who was speaking before me, she's a woman. I want to tell you, all of us know, like just few months ago in Kerala, a Muslim cleric was booked, tried and convicted for sexually exploiting an 11-year-old Muslim kid. Are we not concerned about the safety of those children? There is no perception which is being made against madrasa. We are only concerned about
that the Babas and the Sadhus sitting.
We'll come to you, sir. We'll come to you, sir. We'll come to you. Let her finish. Let her make a point. There's plenty of time for you to come in. There's plenty of time. Please hold on to your thoughts for a minute.
just one last point.
Let's not do this. Let's not shout over each other. There's plenty of time, and this is much too serious an issue for us to have a frivolous debate on. I'm requesting you all to hold on to your thoughts, whether Tausif or whether we're talking about Zeba Yasmeen. Let Subuhi at least complete her point. Quickly, Subuhi.
Yes. I want to reiterate the fact that kids who are going to madrasas are poor kids who are our kids only. They belong to Bharat. We should know how they are being treated. Who are if people are indoctrinating their minds, if people are brainwashing them, we must know. And I want to ask Asaduddin Owaisi Sahab, how many Vidya Mandirs or Marts or Gurukuls are being used by foreign funded organizations to run an anti-India campaign? How many of them have been used to indoctrinate, make them Bharat and make them stand against their own country?
Okay, Tausifur Rahman, very pertinent questions coming in from Subuhi Khan. She's saying that in Assam in particular, we have seen in recent days, there have been arrests that have been made of over 37 individuals since March. Over 7 of them were preachers, they were imams, they were muftis, etc., who have been arrested, and they are all people who unfortunately had links to big terrorist organizations, whether it is ABT, whether it is AQIS. Now, these are not small terror groups. And therefore, there is a fear. There is a fear that, you know, the innocent minds could be corrupted by those who have a devious intention. And that is what the government has at least done in the case of Assam. That's the argument coming in from the earlier speaker. Your response to that?
No. Sir, anywhere the mosque, the madrasa, the dargah, the imam bada, the idan has become a terror spot. Since 2014, I don't understand anything which is related to Islam, which is related to Muslim has become a terror era. Why don't you go and house? Why don't you go and survey Nirmal Baba's house? Why don't you go and survey the satsang, which is having a fraud case worth rupees crores and crores? Why only madrasa? Why those little kids, innocent kids, have been seen like Atangwadis? Why, sir? Why? The problem is not that where is illegal and legal entirety. The problem is that why do you want to survey only madrasa? See,
so you feel that it is beyond reform. You feel that it's a perfect education system. There is no requirement of any reform. No, Tausif, you feel it is a perfect system of education. There is no need for any scientific education. There is no need for upgrading the syllabus.
How many offices you have in India?
No, one second, Tausif.
How many illegal buildings you have in India?
Tausif, listen to my question. Listen to my question, sir.
Carom board and playing tash and cards over there. Why do you only want to build the madrasa, and why do you only want to do the survey in madrasa?
Yes.
Why?
So listen to me. Listen to this
Just
question.
Because we are Muslims, why aren't we not talking about Akhand Bharat? Why are we not talking about the 32 pages of amendment which says that...
Tausif, I have not called you here for a monologue. Please listen to questions and respond to them.
Sir.
One second.
अगर आपको
All right, you do not want to take questions. Let me go across to the next guest. Firoz Bakht Ahmed, we are being targeted because madrasas are being targeted because they are associated with Muslims. That's the argument of Tawseef. He doesn't want to take questions, but that's the one line I could understand from the huge rant that he went on. Please respond.
All right, let me tell you, am I speaking to Mr. Madhav?
Yes, this is Madhav here. Go ahead, Mr. Ahmed.
All right, Madhav, let me go ahead. I have listened to all my co-panelists, and very humbly I would request all these co-panelists, my learned co-panelists as well as Madhav ji yourself, just give me 1.5 minutes in the sideline. You see, as far as whatever I heard, either from Mr. Owaisi or from my younger brother Tawseef Saab, in fact, you know, these madrasas have not been, this inquiry is not made about these madrasas because these are madrasas, these are Muslim institutions. There are some Hindus also who come and learn good things there. It is a very false perception, right? Whether it is a madrasa, it is any school, it is mosque, it is khanqa, it is any temple. You know, if it is built on some land which is not paid land, which is a government land, private land, if it is illegal, well, people talk about bulldozers, number one. Number two, as far as madrasas are concerned, to my knowledge, I think there are 3 lakh madrasas all over India. Most of them are unregistered, some of them are registered, as Subuhi was also telling. However, these madrasas are actually run on shoestring budget, and people in the vicinity, in the local community, they bring, you know, sacks of rice, maybe flour, certain eatables, and this is how they survive.
Right.
Now, having said that, I believe that madrasa education should be modernized. If just a minute, let me complete, 5 seconds only. If madrasas are not modernized, if they don't go ahead, India will remain behind. So
Okay.
it is the need of the hour that, you know, apart from religious education, secular education is also introduced in these madrasas of Hindi, English, geography, mathematics, science, even sports. Lastly, I was just breaking fast at a madrasa, and I was having this khajur, this date. I told the children, okay, you know, children, what is there in khajur? There is calcium, and this gives us a lot of energy when we break our fast. So they felt very interested. So we have to give them proper scientific education. We have to
Atikur Rahman, is there any way that you can disagree with what Mr. Firoz Bakht Ahmed just said? Because scientific education, modernization of education, now this is not restricted to any one particular religion or any one particular curriculum. All of the educational boards, whether it's CBSE, whether it's ICSE, all have periodic reviews. They all have to update their syllabus and curriculum, and all want to impart a scientific temper. One can have a religious education, but surely it has to be upgraded with the needs of time, changing modes of society, and also technological and scientific updatements. Can anyone argue with that? Because that is also the basis of what the NCPCR report last year has suggested. Is there anything wrong in theory there?
Madhav, that's very much correct that Indians should impart an education which is based on a scientific temperament. What we are questioning, Madhav, is purely speaking that the constitution still is functioning in India. It is not under suspension, so we demand equality. Second point, we are not living in the times of Aurangzeb, wherein we are having a despotic leader or a king who orders a demolition of a temple or a mosque and it is demolished. Third point is, the people who are demanding surveys or demolition or charging the madrasas with terrorism are the people, basically the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh and Assam. They are known to be anti-Islamic, anti-Muslim, full of rhetorics against the Muslim community. So, herein the trust deficit is a very main issue.
The problem Atikur Rahman with that is this. The problem, and please listen to me, because I hope you will not behave like Tawseef, who refuses to take questions and wants to go on a rant. I'm just going to read out to you some recommendations of last year's NCPCR report. I'm sure you would have read the same. It says 2 or 3 very important things, and please hear me out. It says that the RTE benefits are not reaching Muslim students. It also goes on to say that the condition of these institutions of the students and teachers training, and their testimonies are there to the effect that the condition of these institutions is deplorable. It also goes on to say that as far as the Muslim children out of school is concerned, there are 1.5 crore and madrasas are just about 6,000. Now, in this kind of a scenario, with these kind of findings, can anybody actually refuse the need for reform and the need for a survey which would form the basis of reform? Why is it selective if there is such a glaring need for it?
Madhav, I fully agree with you. Madhav, my friend, I fully agree with you. And we have scores of other examples in UP, in Bihar, in other states of India, wherein we have found the schools, even in UP, there are ghost schools. If we have, sent the inspectors to these schools, the children do not have, 6 standard students, do not have a correct table of 3 or 6. As Mr. Feroz Ahmed Bak was pointing out, that children are not knowing the spelling or the meaning of calcium in a khajur, in a date. Tell me, are the...
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt this broadcast. There's a big breaking news coming in. The rape accused Murga Mutt Seer Shivamurthy has been arrested. That's a big development coming in that we're breaking over here at the Newshour Agenda. Big development indeed. In fact, after 5 long days, now the rape accused Murga Mutt Seer Shivamurthy has been arrested. We believe it's by the Chitradurga police. We will wait for more information coming in on this, but big development at this moment. The Murga Mutt Seer Shivamurthy has been arrested.